Good morning. I'm Chip McLaughlin.
And I'm Cindy Applegate.
Welcome to the PGBC News.
Letting you know what's happening
before it's happened.
Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Cindy, and to everyone out there at Peninsula Grace Brethren Church, welcome.
Yeah. And speaking of welcome, Chip, this weekend we had our Welcome Home Conference, and it was fantastic. If any of you out there aren't a part of a Grace group, be sure to talk to Scott Franchino to see how you can connect with some of the Peninsula Grace families.
Speaking of families, any families interested in some indoor entertainment as the days get darker and colder, there's a possibility of a family game night starting this winter, and we're looking for someone to host or facilitate these game nights. If you're interested, please contact the church office as we embrace these family get-togethers.
And speaking of get-togethers, our youth and children will be getting together for their Harvest Outreach events. But they still need some donated items for these events, things like pumpkins and pudding and even powdered donuts, I'm told.
I love powdered donuts.
They're great. Anyways, if you'd like to donate, be sure to see Bridget at the back table right after today's worship service.
Well, speaking of right after today's worship service, please join us as we gather for communion. It's going to be a great time where, as believers in Christ, we celebrate what was done over 2,000 years ago. It's an important thing to remember.
And speaking of things to remember, you'll find lots of things to remember in this week's copy of the church news that you can find at the back table.
And speaking of the back table, for the PGBC News, I'm Chip McLaughlin.
And I'm Cindy Applegate.
Letting you know what's happening.
And speaking of happening, before it's happened.